2025 has been a massive year for OSIGHT. This year alone, they have already released 5 different models, including this new model, the OSIGHT-K. Hey, before we get started, what do you think is going to do better, the OSIGHT-K or the 407K? Very curious on the results, me too. They're really stepping up their games since last year's really crappy original Olight OSIGHT, and they're doing everything they can to go toe-to-toe with the big dog, Holosun. The OSIGHT-K is obviously trying to compete against the 407K. The OSIGHT-K will have a true RMSC footprint, so it will fit directly onto any of your RMSC cuts. While having the Holosun K series, you will need an adapter plate like this right here. Now, a lot of firearms nowadays will have sort of a K-series cut anyways, but a crap ton of them will have an actual RMSC cut. That means 4 recoil nubs instead of just 2, which means that the Holosun K-series will not fit directly onto true RMSC cuts. Now, why is that important? Without the adapter plate, you can have a lower profile, which means that you can co-witness a lot easier even with factory sights. And as you can see right here on this Hellcat Pro, these sights will sit just below the actual optic itself, meaning co-witness is going to be very shallow if you even have any co-witness. While on the OSIGHT-K, you will have a perfect co-witness. You can see everything through there, and it is going to be more on the lower 1/3 side of things, so it's not going to overtake the whole entire window. Both these optics do have removable batteries, so you can actually change things out whenever you feel like it. OSIGHT really cut corners on this one and took away the actual rechargeable battery because people asked for that. And if you notice on this one, unlike the other OSIGHT models, this is going to be an open emitter, so you can really stick your finger in there if you actually wanted to. I don't see why. You will notice that the OSIGHT does have a larger window than the Holosun 407K, but it still maintains a nice small profile. If you're curious, this is not plastic. It's going to be 7075 aluminum, so it's aircraft grade, so it's made to be nice and sturdy. Now, taking a look at both the reticles right here, they are going to be 6 MOA dots, so they are going to be nice and crisp. Now, the 6 MOA dot is made so that you can actually have faster acquisition for concealed carry purposes. And if we take a look at the OSIGHT-K, it does allow for a perfect co-witness on most RMSC footprint handguns. While the K series, because of that adapter plate, will not allow you to actually have a good co-witness at all. So you can still do so, but it's not going to be super great. It's going to be extremely shallow. But man, I absolutely love that larger window. Now, the K series will have shake away capabilities. It is going to have like a 3-minute shut-off time. Now, one thing to note about the whole entire battery tray cover, the screw actually does come off completely. It is not going to be stuck with the actual compartment plate at all. But they were kind enough to actually supply you with multiple of these things just in case you drop it on carpet or whatever. The adjustment increments are going to be 1 MOA just like any other micro red dot out there. Just like the Holosun 507K series, you will have 1 MOA adjustments too. Looking great on paper so far, but let's go ahead and put some holes in paper, huh? Now, starting off, we're just gonna do a baseline 0. Main thing we're looking for is gonna be grouping, and then we'll see if there's any change to the grouping whatsoever later on. Starting with the Holosun on the Hellcat Pro. And now we have the OSIGHT-K. Relatively similar with the group size. This is going to be the Hellcat Pro with the Holosun 407K, and this one is going to be the PSA Dagger with the OSIGHT-K. Both very similar. Not too bad, not too bad. And since these things are designed for carry, you want to see if these things can survive a couple drops or so. I am not going to try to drop these things too hard or anything like that. That was me. I slipped. Oopsie daisies. Right off the bat, both of them did get a little scathing right there, but windows are still completely intact. For the OSIGHT being 7075 aluminum and having a larger window, I would have expected the glass to be able to shatter, but it has not shattered yet. We will continue doing a couple more drops, followed by some more relatively basic tests for everyday use. Once again, directly on optic, I am 5'2", so this is roughly about 5 feet tall. Good. And one more just for shits and giggles. Still good. Yep, both of them survived no problem. But Tony, those weren't real drops at all. You're 5 feet tall and you're just throwing it on hard concrete. Do a test like a real man. Sure, why not? Also, a caveat right there, both firearms are completely empty right there, so I'm not doing anything super dangerous. And you may be asking yourself, oh, what happens if there's like a tornado, you're stuck in a tornado and you're getting robbed by 5 different people, and then the tornado just like rips the firearm out of your hand. So we're gonna simulate that too. A couple tomahawks right here. "20-yard throw." Not a football player, but we'll see. Both of them are still intact. Both windows are not cracked whatsoever. And now we'll see where it's at in terms of the 0 again. Back at 15 yards, now with the brand new battle scars. Oh. You're gonna be surprised by that. That was the Hellcat Pro with the Holosun 407K. And now we'll check out the OSIGHT with the Micro Dagger again. Let's check it out. Very, very surprising results here. This actually kind of surprised me. This is the results of the Hellcat Pro with the Holosun 407K, and this is the OSIGHT-K on the PSA Micro Dagger. This was the starting factor, and this was the ending result. The K seemed to have held 0 pretty darn well, relatively no change whatsoever, while the Hellcat Pro with the 407K ended up having a windage shift. Elevation-wise, it did not seem to change whatsoever. That is a drastic move to the left. And this is all at 15 yards or so I'm not doing anything super crazy, so that is a massive shift in general. Give me a second, I gotta confirm this real quick. Holy shit. Well, that's pretty much confirmed right there. The Holosun 407K actually did lose in terms of windage. While my piss poor grouping with the PSA Micro Dagger at 15 yards and the OSIGHT-K pretty much held 0 the whole time. What the hell? I was honestly expecting the Holosun to actually tank those drops. I don't know what the hell happened there. Could be the adapter plate, you know? Nope, it is solid as a rock. It just lost 0, that's all. What the hell? Anyways, the OSIGHT-K series is going to be a good option for those with budget in mind. Me personally, I would say save up just a little bit more and get yourself an SE or even an S model. But that's just me. Concealed carry wise, I hate having an open emitter because of belly button lint. But if you want to save that extra 50 buckaroos, the OSIGHT-K is a pretty fantastic option, not gonna lie. Now in terms of concealment, because it's so smooth and rounded on the corners, it actually does blend in a lot better than the traditional red dots that you will see on the market. Some of them are a little bit too boxy, you know? And because it's so smooth, it makes for a more comfortable option. Now watch these headshots right here. Not that head, that head. Not gonna lie, for a budget-friendly option, the OSIGHT-K is pretty damn good. I would definitely take a closer look at these things if you are in the market for a budgety red dot. Now, final thoughts. The OSIGHT-K is pretty damn legit. Not only does it seem extremely durable, that large window, that shake awake, those large tactile buttons right here, being able to keep up with the Holosun 407K and exceeding expectations on that, and also that swappable battery with a battery tray, it is actually extremely stellar for a super budget red dot. And final results, I would say that Holosun has some serious competition, especially with the RMSC line or K-series footprint of optics. It definitely surprised me because I am a huge Holosun fanboy, but I am open to change. Hey, if you made it to the end of this video, like, share, comment, subscribe down below. Let me know your thoughts. Would you get an OSIGHT-K over the Holosun 407K still? Follow me on all my socials, and as always, thanks for stopping by, and definitely don't be a dumbass.